Thank you for joining in today with Andrea Eichmann and Mark Peterson of the People's Patriot Project for this week's WeP3 Debrief. Find out what our crew has been working on to help support those who have given some and all to the pursuit of liberty and freedoms across Minnesota and the United States. Watch, listen, and support as we create the beacon of hope and opportunity in today's society that needs its heroes. Are you a veteran, first responder, or a patriot looking for a place to put your skill set, your thoughts, and or want to help continue the mission? You have come to the right place. We are the People's Patriot Project, and we want to be the shock and awe when it comes to meeting the needs of our veterans and first responders. We are dealing with a new enemy in today's world where the wounds are not always seen. We want to be part of this mission in saving lives and making a difference. Welcome to the WeP3 Debrief. Here's Andrea and Mark letting you know the mission. And as always, Patriot Pride.
Good day and welcome. We are here for our weekly debrief. For those who are showing up, who exactly at this particular moment right now is none on our Facebook feeds, which is all right. We will continue to give you the debrief for this week. We do have a comment. That might be Andrea, though. It's Arch. Jonathan.
There he is. Yay!
Mr. Crochet with Bourbon Battle Buddies is here with us. This is an impromptu, probably not going to be our bestest and greatest. Well, wait a minute here. It says Jacob Crochet. What does that mean?
Jacob.
Is that a person we have not met yet officially? Or is that an incognito
battle buddy?
Bourbon Battle Buddy.
Whoa. Sweet.
So
Jacob and Jonathan.
Merry Christmas a day late. I feel a little bit like we fell off the planet. We weren't. Oh, send an invite to your bro. I get it now. Okay. So we're not hiding. There's our truth. We're not hiding. We didn't disappear. We were spending a little time with those that are a little closer to us. Not that we were excluding anyone that's not close to us or not closer to us, but I'm also in a weird world in the fact that my Facebook page has been shut down, which has access to all the other pages. Andrea has access to the other pages, but I have access to nothing right now. We will get that fixed, and I am practicing the state of mind of something I've never practiced before. Patience. Why are you laughing?
You've never practiced this before?
I'm practicing patience. It is what it is. I do know that those who have had or do have access to me via text message, which is a gigantic part of our network, or my phone number, and everyone has access to my phone number, just to put it out there. It's the main number to the People's Patriot Project. So if you have that number or need to find that number, or if it's on our webpage, it's on all of our stuff. It's on our Facebook page if you went and looked. I just wouldn't be able to go and look right now, but we'll get that fixed. And
it is on the page, though. It's the number. If you look in the info, it's right there.
And so thank you to all of those not knowingly reached out to me via the telephone text messaging system. Thank you. And Merry Christmas. And we need to say Happy New Year. And I'm dropping all kinds of stuff down here, but we're here.
Oh, we got prayers for
And
your family.
it's
your
really
family.
tough to put together a debrief in a week that we don't. Yeah, they are going to need it. And again, I'm going to let you know, I'm practicing patience with the smaller versions of me who are old enough to know, and I am practicing patience.
I'm only because I'm like 7 hours away at the moment. I'm going to throw this out there because it could be dangerous if I were closer. 2 things. He probably is a lot like you. Oh.
Really? So perfection is what he's trying to gain right now?
But I got to say, when you were 22,
I have been the same anal SOB that has always existed. I've always been that way. Jeremy Daniels, bless you, brother. Good to see you here.
I'm here, sorry.
Are we seeing Bourbon Battle Buddies? Jonathan is seeing his brother. I'm not seeing him yet, but welcome, Jacob. If you're out there, it's good to have you in the network, and we love having Jonathan. He's a man on a mission, and has his heart in the right place, and we appreciate him a ton. So,
and Jeremy.
There's Jacob.
And Jacob.
Oh, you guys twins? Who's clicking on it? More patience. Yes. But you guys aren't twins.
He's a twin?
I love it.
Kidding.
Well, if you share the same passion, welcome aboard, brother. Let's go get them. 14 months apart. That's close enough.
You're like Irish twins.
Who's the oldest? Who's the oldest one?
Jeremy, you have 0?
That's
I
our
only have
wait
1.
time. One what?
Mm-hmm.
One patience?
I have 1 sister.
Oh, 1 sister.
Mm-hmm. No brothers.
I have 2 sisters. And this is a new name for us. Miss Arnold, thank you for joining us today. We're just kind of clowning around. I hope everyone had an amazing holiday. I know they're not always, and I know it's also the time where time kind of weighs heaviest on us the most. And I'm talking not only just veterans and first responders, family members too. It wasn't terribly tough, and we saw some of our brothers. Our thoughts are with Mr. Tim Newton, who we know his pipes froze during Christmas. That is never fun, and that creates another headache on a whole nother level. And we're with you, brother. I wish we could be there to help out, camp out, and just kind of do what we need to do to help. But we'll make that work in another time, unfortunately. And I just when I did have the old book, I saw some people learning of the passing of some loved ones, and our hearts are with you as well. Good. Thanks, Jonathan. It was a rough ride for me. Not terrible. I mean, everyone is safe. Everyone's in a good spot, but I did have some family members literally stuck in the middle of nowhere for over 48 hours in a space that they literally ran out of food at the gas station and convenience store and stuff that wasn't for food. And they had the choice to stay at a church for a minute, and people were bringing food and water and blankets and stuff. And then they had a chance to stay at a community center in the middle of South Dakota. And it was South Dakota. I can't imagine bless South Dakota and North Dakota, but that's a whole nother level of cowboy out there. And I know my family wasn't prepared for that. And literally they had to have a rescue convoy come pick them up and deliver them back to at least a place that was more populated. And they waited it out one more day, and then ultimately They just said it's not worth coming out anymore, and that hurts the heart, especially when family are planning on spending time together. And then I had the oldest of the wee ones stuck in North Dakota.
That's where I am right now, Bismarck.
Yeah, and that's more hillbilly than South Dakota. They had him gnawing on corn cobs or something like that. I don't know what that was all about. Or corn cob was toilet paper or something like that. I didn't know. I'm totally joking. That's where Miss Eichmann's in-laws and one of her offspring live. So whatever they do with those corn cobs, let's figure it out.
I should ask. So you say tonight at dinner, I should ask about the corn cobs. I can ask because my son's father-in-law is actually from like this far up north in North Dakota, so this far from the Canadian border. So I,
Yeah,
so,
who knows what those guys are? Well, who knows what those guys do out there?
They do a lot of hunting. They're hunting.
Yeah, I suppose.
They shoot a lot of guns.
They do that. Zero patience. I agree. Yes, Jeremy. That's 5 sisters, 0 brothers. You're the youngest. You've lived a different life, brother. You've lived a different life. I am sorry. I'm teasing, of course.
Jeremy, you're the baby.
You're 5 sisters. Could you imagine that?
No, No, I have a brother-in-law, though. He's smack dab in the middle. He's got 2 sisters. And I give him a lot of crap, but, it works out.
Normally, I'm policing Facebook while we're doing this, but it's doing me absolutely zero good to do that right now.
You got no Facebook. You want my login so you can watch through
You want to see what it looks like?
Holy, look at our fans.
Look at that.
Look at our fans. 6 brothers and 1 sister, and he's the baby. It says there's a problem, Peterson.
Really?
Well, that explains. Oh, Geraldine is from Michigan. Geraldine, are you friends with a dude named Luke by chance? I'm just throwing a name out there. I'm wondering. God bless that man, Jeremy Daniels.
Absolutely, God bless that man. It goes on a lot of levels there, man. A lot of levels. So this isn't one of our official scripted. I mean, we were kind of dancing. We were a little late today, and we were kind of dancing. What are we going to talk about? We're just going to be here and let you know we're here. And even though Facebook may be down, and even though we may not do a regular show during the week, and we are always here. We're always helping. We're always reaching out. We're always we've had some people reach out this week, and there's been some struggles, and we are with you, and we're doing the best we can to accommodate some of those asks that are out there. We've had some people in our network start planning events that are coming up in the near future and want our participation, and we've set a hard policy just recently that me and Miss Eichmann can no longer be spending out of our pockets and doing this, even though we love doing it and it is a passion of ours. If the resources aren't there to accommodate the need, we've got to continue, and we will continue doing the grants, doing the crowdfunding, doing the fundraisers. We will continue to do that, but if the resources aren't there to accommodate the asks, we aren't going to do it out of the pocket anymore. I'm going to tell you, 2019 was an amazing year with grants. 2020 was an amazing year with grants. 2021, it started sliding a little bit. And 2022, people, I think, got busy in the real world again after they realized they were safe and good to go. And again, we're not blaming anyone. We're not pointing the finger at anyone. We need to get our boots on the ground. We need to put our nose to the ground and start, I don't know why I'm saying our nose, rooting up the truffles of success. I'm pulling that out of my butt. But the point that me and Andrea want to make is that we are called We the People, the People's Patriot Project. We the people, and it is essential 100% that the majority, the lion's share, the 90% of our country that enjoys the freedoms that they have and gets to lay their pillows on or their head on those pillows need to take a little bit of ownership. I know of no one that's ever hesitated in calling 911. I know of no one when they needed help. And I know of no one that said, gosh, I wish the Revolutionary War didn't happen the way that it happened, and or World War I or World War II or the Vietnam. I know the Vietnam War starts a little cringiness, but our veterans and first responders have laid their blood, sweat, tears, limbs, and their lives on for the rest of us. And it is, I know I'm preaching to the choir to a lot of us, but please get the message out. We're going to continue to do what we're doing. We are right now in the middle of planning the 2023 Nashville takeover. It's going to look a little different than last year, and we're always looking to go bigger and better. I see that Andrea has our link up there for our YouTube channel. But remember, we also have the one that says the People's Patriot Project.
No, I know. That's the live.
Oh, well, that's the live for now.
That's for right now. Yeah, that's for right now.
My bad. Okay. And then, and while she's working really hard, maybe she can just post, because another piece of our YouTube channel is getting people to subscribe to it. And then that we get to, at some point, monetize it. The more videos and the more content we have, the better. Jonathan, we're going to start including you in on some of the planning details, and we need to start knocking on some doors. I'll be real honest. We've knocked on some doors just recently, and I didn't like the direction of the conversation, and that's okay, because we're still going to pull this off. It was interesting because some of the individuals we talked to kept bringing us back to they want us to use them as a resource, and not that they're not a great resource, but then there are bigger resources we're looking to talk to and have conversations with, but they keep reverting us back to a smaller option. And again, that's fine and dandy. We enjoy the idea, the thought, the feedback. Bigger and better, baby. Bigger and better. That's where we're going. We had an amazing turnout this last year. If you haven't watched us or heard us or seen us, we took 27 veterans into the Nashville area to play major and iconic venues and had the time of our lives. It wasn't the 100% shock and awe that we want to do, but it was 70%. And I mean, a C is good for the first one of this level magnitude. And I'm going to tell you right now, Mr. Peterson doesn't like C's. So we're going to.
Mr. Peterson is also a hard grader on his own projects. So I do believe if you asked many of our friends and guests and fans that were there, I'm going to guess that it was probably A minus at the least.
I can see the value. And again, all of our guests that were out there had nothing but positive and amazing things to say. And we appreciate them so much. And that's the way we intended it. We didn't want and don't want our veterans and first responders who are on recalibration retreats and events like this to see the chaos that we have to face behind the scenes. And if we can hide that from them, not that we're hiding anything, but if we can hide the pieces that we don't want them to see to make it better for them, I'll even move my grade up to I'll move our grade up to a B. How's that?
Oh, okay. Yes, that's okay. I mean, we are all typically hardest on ourselves, so I guess I can go with that. I'll give you that for now.
And I thank everyone for their patience when it comes to working with me, because I behind the scenes will let everyone know how I like things done. And um, I, I, I treat 99.9% of everyone fairly, but there's that 0.1% of people I drop the ball on and don't necessarily always treat fairly. So we won't talk about that.
That's what you're working on, is that piece right there.
Yeah, well, I don't know that I'm working on it, but
Oh. All right. All right, then.
What do you do, man? I know that the person that is hearing this understands where my passion is, and that it's not always fair, but they've been good to me.
Do you shoot, dang, I had a are there ever, like, do you have allowances in your grading scale for, like, well, I don't know. I'm a tardy person. I'm usually tardy. Yes, there you go.
I will never, I'm going to let you know, I will never chalk that 0.1% up as a loss. That's that loss would be a 90% destruction of the People's Patriot Project if I mark that up as a loss.
Oh. No excuses. No excuses. So Jonathan, what's for dinner? Jonathan. I'm up here in Bismarck at my kid's place, and I don't know what's for dinner. I don't know what's for dinner, but I know what's for refreshment. So
little product placement.
Honestly, when I saw their ad today, Peterson, I kind of fell in love with
They got an ad for them today?
I fell in love with their stuff last summer, because this is an amazing boat drink. And when you're in about 4 feet of snow and drifts across the highway and wind, like if they had a blizzard 3 days ago, I don't know what you call it's still icky out there. I'm just saying, still icky out there.
Mr. Newton, we were just talking about you, brother.
Oh. And we have
a fire. Hope things are good. Jonathan has given us the news that things are getting fixed. I appreciate the name here. I appreciate they're a firefighter from Australia. And thank you for being here, brother. We support veterans and first responders. It's definitely, I'm not going to say.
You might have made an assumption.
Did I?
Could be a sister or.
You think that is?
I'm trying to figure out the name. That's what I'm.
Did your mom? That's what it says, Andrea.
Dude, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying.
That's not an assumption. We love it. We appreciate it. So Timothy Newton wants to argue with you about the Moscow Mules. You know what? You get the 4-pack. I actually do like the Palomas a little bit better, but they got the Moscow Mules and they've got the there he straight up told you, Eichmann. Zero assumptions.
I get that. I was trying to be like code. Some reds. See, thank you. So this is what crossed my mind as yesterday, as I was looking through pictures, and I've got kind of a selfie from last summer on the boat, and I was thinking maybe they would like to sponsor us, Peterson. That's what I was thinking.
Oh, you think so? We will have to check into that.
I got to figure out
I want to share the story. I mean, me and Miss Eichmann don't get many chances to put our feet up, but we had a teacher day with some teacher friends, and And I had to drive an hour to get to her space from North Minnesota, Minneapolis to South Minneapolis down to her space. I was so angry at her. I'm like, gosh, dang it, Eichmann. Because she goes, well, what would you like? And I'm just like, hey, I would like a Cayman Jacks. I'd like the margarita. Little grenade-looking bottles. All life is good. And let's do this. And she gets there, and she's got these cans. And I'm looking at them like, what the frick did you do? No, I'm teasing. I didn't do that. But I cracked it open. I started drinking them, and they were tasty. They were super tasty. I have gone through all the flavors. There's the Moscow Mule. There's some of you are going to have to help me. The Paloma, the Margarita, and there's one more. Or not the Moscow Mule.
Yeah, no, it's a oh shoot. I've got the box right over there, but
I can't remember the fourth.
The mojito.
Oh, yep, mojito.
The mojito.
And the Paloma is that's my jam.
I know, and their bottles are the cute little bottles, but Hastings doesn't have those things in a cute little bottle. I got someone for you to meet.
Oh, great.
No, I know. He's just...
It better be the centerfold of...
This
what?
Is not Cooper. This is Deuce.
That's who?
Deuce. Cooper, too. Cooper
what
the
does that
second.
Mean?
I don't know. It's just the dog that's annoying me right now, so I thought I'd introduce you to him.
Why? Okay.
Cooper's here, too. I don't know, because there was stuff going on, and they were thinking they were going to drink my Paloma drink, so I thought I'd put him on screen for a second.
Okay. What relation is Deuce?
He's a stepbrother.
Stepbrother. All right.
To Cooper.
Jonathan is saying that the margaritas is his favorite, which
Jonathan.
I can't argue with. I mean,
no, they're
that
good.
was the intent. I wanted margaritas, but the Palomas. And here's the deal. If they're cold and they're in the cooler, I'll drink them, so it doesn't matter.
Hi, Ann, and thank you, baby
Miss
dog.
Arkin, longtime sister. Good to see you here. Good to see you.
Goodbye, Geraldine. I wonder if we missed her already. She's having some technical problems.
Awesome. Well,
Ann,
not
long
awesome,
time
but
no see, Ann. Goodness gracious.
awesome. So this is our weekly debrief. We came in here to just kind of let you know we're still here. We're not forgetting about you. We know that you're there. You can always text me and just share your thoughts, and I can text you as well. I mean, it goes both ways. But we've got an amazing network of people here for the purpose of protecting our veterans and first responders, and we're going to continue to do it. And so we're talking about the first because this is just one of those pieces where Christmas fell on a Sunday and the very next Sunday happens to be the first. And we'll have a show on the first. Oh, no. Another puppy?
Yeah, another puppy. Okay. She was sleeping when I got here. Hi, baby. Can you say hi to the world? Say hello.
And which one is that?
This is Evie. She's the second youngest of the grandchildren. This is Austin's baby, Austin and Kylie.
Oh, yeah.
Kylie's daddy was a veteran.
Yes. Well, welcome.
That's Evie.
We'll have a show this on the first. We've committed to the show. It's not a show that we are going to have guests on, except for maybe some of our regulars that would want to chime in. We'll hand the codes out and make sure that they can come in, say hi, and wish everyone Happy New Year's. It'll just be a shoot the poo show because we just want everyone to know that we're here and we'll continue to be here. And then we'll jump right back on. I think I know for sure we've got
on the 8th.
Cody Howell.
Yep.
I'm not looking at notes right now, so
we have Joey McNutt from Hinderless.
That's right.
22. Yeah.
Hinder 22. And what an amazing story. Amazing, sad, unfortunate, disgusting story that these guys are battling through. And I would like us as a nation, a patriot nation, to find a way to fix the deal that Mr. McNutt has in his life and what their family has brutally, sadly had to go through. And it is, it's a terrible story. So
Hinderless 22 is what we do is we bring in groups similar to ours, and yeah, the Hinderless group, I can only imagine, and we know some of them, but I can only imagine what a tight-knit group they are, just because of what they've shared and what they've gone through. And so when we talk about groups that are similar to ours and our missions are similar, it all boils down to the suicide, you guys. It boils down to, let's stop this suicide. I'm going to stop it now. We can't.
Well, and we're not trying to hide anything. I'll tell you straight up what happened. This is for him and his life and his world. His brother committed suicide on a live feed, and they can't get the live feed down. And it's out there. It's one of the most, and again, a young man stuck in a situation that can't find a way out, made a choice, and made it a point to make it public. That's not a piece where anyone wants to carry that weight here on earth any longer. And unfortunately, because of the we're going to talk to Mr. McNutt about this, because I sadly, he's in this to share his story. Is this a win or is this a loss? Clearly a loss as far as a family member, but is it a spark to continue the flame and making sure that we are combating against veteran and first responder suicides? And again, I'm going to tell you right now, I would strongly advise, do not look this video up. It will change your life. I have witnessed the exposure of the event. It's probably, I mean, I can guarantee you it's nothing what the family has to endure every time they stumble onto it or that it's out there. And I've reached pretty deep to find a network of people that can find a way to combat this and get it off social media and the video world. And it's we'll continue to fight. Let's lay this brother to rest and let his story be that we need to continue to battle the pieces that our veterans and first responders are finding. That's first responders in the ideas, the ideology, and the last ditch effort is suicide. I'd rather have the last ditch effort be a phone call, not necessarily to a national hotline, but to a friend or family member or an organization that has boots on the ground, is willing to invest, and is willing to walk them through the steps they need to walk through to recalibrate the stuff that makes in their head say this is no longer worth being around for. So, gosh, I don't like getting into it because I go really far down that rabbit hole, and it is what it is. It's part of the passion, my makeup. And so, and that's why we do what we do. And it's not just those that are having and struggling with suicide ideation, but also those who are struggling and suffering with social emotional disorders because of the things that they've experienced prior service, but to include those that are dealing with it because of service as well. We strongly believe that those people who have served have more skin in the game. They have more skin in the game. There's a truth. They've gone through some steps that the rest of the 90% of our country have not gone through. they've given part of themselves. Like I said, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the limbs, and their lives. And so, all right, I rambled, Eichmann.
I know you did. I was trying to no, I'm kidding. I put some posts up, you guys. I put our hashtags up, but that includes a lot of people. And so I think I started saying about others with our mission, and that's why we bring them on, because we aren't catching everybody. We can't possibly do it all on our own. And so every mission that's out there that wants the same results, that is no more suicides, no more veteran suicide, no more first responder suicides, no more needless suicide. Well, I mean, suicide is needless anyway. So let's figure this out. We got to figure this out together. So we got a lot of hashtags out there. Some are ours. We have Operation Cadence. We have Battle Buddies, B3 Brave, Suicide Awareness, Stop Veteran Suicide, Stop Suicide, Shock and Awe. We have Make America One. Giving is cool. I must have added that. I'm not 100% sure. Did you add that one? Crowdfunding.
I'm sure it was something we did at one point.
Yep, we got all those. And it's just to call it all out, because some of these groups, I'm telling you, we all want the same thing, and we're all working for the same thing. And so we need to cinch up that net, and that is our goal. That's what we do. That's every Sunday night. We bring you a group. We bring you the groups that can help. So
sadly, brother, that's part of the job, unfortunately, and we are sorry that you had to do that.
That is, I was going to ask about the fires, but that point is even stronger than the fires. That's the God bless that you were there to be the one, right?
Well, and that's the conversation we have, is that loved ones, the family members, and the ones close to those who have chosen to be, those that have chosen to serve, the family members didn't sign up for this, and that's tough. And thank you for sharing that with us again, Digimom. I don't want to look lightly at that, but blessed be you, brother, and we are with you. And I know that weighs heavy on you. 100%, 100%. I cannot get through a final call for firefighters and for police officers. I don't know that I've heard one for an EMS, but one of the hardest things I ever have done is try to get through final calls, and in the military as well. And just when the voice is silent, there's a reality, and that's tough. And we will make a difference. And how awesome is that we are connecting in Australia at this time. What a blessing. And which was there's a funny note, because we got blocked because of the Pakistani cricket team said our part of our content belonged to them. And of course we chuckle, and we got it released and stuff. But it's important that for a while we were going along with, it's not a big deal when we get shut down in other countries, this show and this what we do, because we want to focus on America, and that's really not true at all, because we do know that we have first responders and people that are doing things for the better of the good, or better for the majority, and we do support them across the world. And our thoughts go out to all of you who serve, and for the ones that we've lost. And we do say that, we need to remember and honor those that are here, so that we can remember those that aren't. And here's another amazing opportunity right now with Digimom. If you wouldn't mind, if you could drop a name that we can use instead of Digimom, I'd greatly appreciate that. And just, I get your message, but at the same time, we'd like to honor the moment more than the.
Uh-oh, I think he froze up. I was waiting for the rest of the thing. So I just watched a movie recently. If you guys have seen it, I can't think of the name of it, but Mel Gibson is in it. And that is the focus of a huge part of it is the death notices. And then the women decided, the captain's mom decided that she, and then another gal joined her. The death notices, there's a movie with Mel Gibson. And the wives decide to do the death notices because it's much more personal because when the telegram comes, you don't have to answer the door, and that's almost worse. And so this way they could be there for their friends and their comrades, I suppose you could say.
Will, thank you so much. It's not that I'm uncomfortable with it. I just think there's a time and place, and just want to give the respect to the moment that it deserved. And so thank you, Will.
I wanted to, and I was trying to find it, so I will share it in a minute here, but our guest from 2 weeks ago now, 2 Sundays ago, not 2 weeks, but was Christopher Martini, and of Triple Martini Productions. And he was telling us he has a movie that will be released. It's called Troopers. But he didn't know when the trailer would be released. And I just saw this last week that the trailer is out there. I'm going to look at a couple more places. I don't remember where I saw it, but I will find it. And I think it's on his website and his YouTube. And so, yes, people have done this theme movie, but Chris is a passionate person, supporter, patriot, and all of the above. And so I can only imagine how deep this movie will go when we get there. So I'm gonna find the link to his trailer, and the movie again is called Troopers. And then he also, oh goodness, he produced put together a video that goes with Shannon Book, who's a good friend of ours, goes with his song Dear Mom. So Chris has been quite busy, and I know he's got some more things on the horizon. And so check that out, you guys. That is he's been busy, and like I said, he's got some really great things going on out there. And then Blackbird Anthem, who is another of our musician artist groups. They have a new video, which also Chris helped them with. And it's their song Medal of Honor. And the music video it's honoring, is it SSG Staff Sergeant? Help me with that. SSG Staff Sergeant. Don Jenkins, Medal of Honor from Vietnam, Medal of Honor recipient from Vietnam. And I'm gonna only guess, seeing just parts and pieces and parts of that. Yeah, that one's gonna be a big heart tugger as well. So keep all of those in mind. I'm going to share this to our People's Patriot Project page. That's what I'm going to do. So, so that they'll be in there. And yeah, lots going out in our music. So in addition to all of the support, the help, the acknowledgement, the answering the phone, we have a Lighten the Load program, and the belief in our Lighten the Load program is that if we can help get rid of some of those little things that build up into the big things, that's also more of a suicide deterrent. It's definitely more, it's taking off the plate, gets rid of some of the worries and the stress. And so With that program, we just take away the little pieces, and that builds us into many, many, many relationships that have helped solve the bigger pieces as well. So reach out, check out our website, you guys. Gosh, I don't know. I still want to say Merry Christmas. I know it's the day after, but it's I don't know. I don't have school. See, if you're a school teacher, it is still holiday to. It's still holiday to me. I don't know. What else? You got holiday yet too, Peterson?
Just taking care of all the loose ends.
You got did you do video calls at least with your sister that got stuck?
No, she actually was so depressed she couldn't make it out here. She just went home and like they didn't have Christmas at all at their place. They just
Well, after all that time, I mean, you don't sleep like in a cafeteria or a gymnasium, I'm sure. That was a long stretch for
She
them.
was struggling.
I
She was
can't
struggling.
imagine.
So
But they are home, safe, warm, everything's good back at home.
yeah.
Besides for that. Okay, good. That's good.
So come join us this next Sunday. We got you 6 at 6 Patriot Playtime. Hopefully, we'll have some additional news we can give you on the works that we're working on this week. And then we got our debrief on the 2nd. Again, it'll be kind of the shoot the poo kind of episode. We'll probably throw in, I hate saying our favorites. We'll be throwing in some music that we enjoy, but we can't play our entire WeP3 radio playlist because that is like days of listening to music, and we've got a lot of people that we thoroughly enjoy, and we got new people coming up, and just come and enjoy and share your stories. And I'm not a New Year's resolution kind of guy, so maybe we'll talk about goals, maybe not, but maybe we'll talk about it. I have some goals for the new year, but I believe at any given moment you can restart, whether it's the hour, the minute, or the day. And so whenever you need to restart, you just make the decision and restart. It's time. Don't set a calendar date as the date. If you need to make a change, no better time than the present. And if you need help in making those changes, find a brother and sister that will help support you in making those changes. And so we'll talk about that probably a little bit. There's some changes I'd like to see in the 2023 year. How's that? I'd like to save some veterans and first responders. That is always on my list of stuff that needs to get done. So with that said, you got anything else?
I know I'm excited. I think you all should come back on the 1st with all of your hungover faces. I can imagine. Come
that
back.
Won't be me.
Chat with us. Mine'll be sleepless. I think I'm babysitting New Year's Eve. So yep. That'll be fun. And then hopefully not sleepless.
Thanks for coming and joining us for this week's debrief. Remember, if you need a hand, reach out. If you know someone that needs a hand, reach out. We are here all the time, and we will gladly help accommodate whatever needs are out there. We are with you. Patriot Pride.